Hey guys, what's up? This is Jordan Crook from TechCrunch, and today I have with me Steve Martocci. He is the co-founder of GroupMe. Thanks for coming on, Steve.
Thanks for having me.
So I heard a little birdie told me in my ear that GroupMe has some news. Do you want to share that with us?
For sure. I'm here to announce a program called Summer Camp, and it's basically a summer jobs initiative around creating software quality assurance jobs this summer. It's in collaboration with the White House's Summer Jobs Plus program, and it's created by myself, Anish Chopra, the former CTO of the White House, Kevin Haggard, the VP of Quality Engineering at Gilt Group, and Jason Baptiste, CEO of OnSwipe, and musician John Bon Jovi.
John Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
that's kind of random. I mean, how did John Bon Jovi get in on this, and where did it all start?
Yeah,
honestly?
for sure. The story it's pretty cool. So we were introduced to John last year by one of our investors, Rob Wiesenthal, and John came on and wanted to find a new channel for his fans with GroupMe, and created a featured group on our platform and ran a bunch of contests and all that stuff through our system, and it worked out great. And we actually met up with him at a dinner, and he pushed us on one of his big things he cares about. He's on the president's national job committee, job council, and he pushed us on creating jobs and what could we do, because he hears that software is such a booming industry. There's so many jobs here. How can you guys go create jobs? And it turns out my brother was an intern at GroupMe doing quality assurance management and didn't really have formal training. It helped me out on a few previous startups and doing QA for that. And the internship went really well. He's coming on as a full-time hire. And I thought this would be a great way. Why don't we reproduce this through a summer internship program and create more jobs and awareness around QA?
Right. So, I mean, how are you reaching out to young people, students and stuff? Because I know that that's kind of the goal, is to start early and get people moving towards their careers and really create that opportunity. So how are you reaching out to these young people?
Yeah, so it's interesting. QA is one of those things that I don't think you go to school for. It's really kind of, people do QA a lot of different ways at their group, and that's really like software testing, right? Some people do it with engineers and automated testing. Other people, it's manual testing, running through your app, making sure things work, reporting back with the devs, working with them. And yeah, education of the availability of these jobs, and even for some companies, when to create them is kind of tough. So we're going to start by going out and recruiting as many companies as we can to open positions this summer. And we're going to do that through the summercamp.org website. And it's summercamp with a Q instead of a C. Once we get the word out there and get the positions open, we'll be putting them into we're asking companies to tag the resumes or the job listings with a special format that they'll learn about that puts them into the White House's job bank for the summer. And then the White House is doing a great job, and we're going to have a centralized system working with a company called Jibe, that's a recruiting software company here in the city, to place people in these positions. So we should be able to get the word out with the companies, and then hopefully target the right students and youth to fill the spots.
So is job creation something that, I mean, GroupMe has focused on in the past, or is this something that's kind of just you really wanted to lend a hand? Why?
Yeah, this for me was like a natural fit, right? So I was so happy with the success of the internship we ran at GroupMe around QA. And I had worked with QA teams before. And one of the things I really like about QA is I've actually watched people go from QA roles into software engineering roles. And it's like a really interesting transition, coming in with no skills in software development, and then all of a sudden you're a programmer. And I also found that software can be pretty intimidating as a first step. You got to download all this stuff, get it up and running. If one error happens, you kind of get stuck.
Right.
So I wanted to kind of come up with something that was a little easier to get people onboarded. And a big additional part of the program is an educational resource online that we're going to build as this kind of gateway to software development. So in collaboration with an organization called CK12, which is run by Niru Khosla, Vinod Khosla's wife, we're going to be building an online educational resource to go along with the internship so people can get started in QA. We're going to teach the basics of how software works, like what happens when you type a web address into the browser, like how does this go? and then give people kind of a learning genome of, once you learn this, you can move into this. If you're interested in this career path, learn this next, and build a really cool course that can hopefully take people into the career they want.
That's really awesome. It's so good to hear, like, anyone from the tech industry kind of just pushing for job creation, because we just have so much to offer, I feel like, just as an industry as a whole.
You know, there's a ton of people looking for programmers out there, and hasn't been a great, amount of more programmers coming into the system. Hopefully this can take people who weren't like getting the training that they needed. You know, we're targeting people who are, college aged, but not necessarily in school, underprivileged children.
Right.
We're really the whole gamut to try to get people into these jobs. So really, the more software QA jobs we can create and fill them with a diverse set of people, we might find some amazing programmers in there.
All right, well, thank you so much, Steve. We really appreciate you coming out. And you guys need to check out summercamp.org with a Q. And that's it. I'm Jordan Crook with TechCrunch.